Hey, welcome in, welcome in. Give it a couple more minutes. Ooh. Let's see. What up, what up? It's Tuesday, isn't it? I think we're all good here. Let's all right. I'm editing a video right now. It's gonna be 10 out of 10 clickbait. I mean, with the way YouTube's algorithm is, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I don't blame you. Trying to figure out what the thumbnail's gonna be for this next video. All right. Sir. Zero, you good? Need to figure out why that's happening. There you go. All right. So, rundown for today. But yeah, I was supposed to have went live yesterday, but wasn't feeling all that great. I think I might have got sick over the weekend. But decided to go live today just to make up for yesterday. I won't be able to go stay live as long as I did last Friday though. But I'll still be live tomorrow. Trying to stick to that schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All right, so plan for today. I want to set up the aerial stuff for his combo finisher. And I also want to test something. Allowing players to cancel out of specials into normal attacks. Because I noticed when we were labbing Friday, there were some situations where the normal attack, like he couldn't follow up the special with a normal attack fast enough to keep the combo going. So might experiment with that today. What up, Justin? Let's see, 3 years ago I made a short film. It was a really weird superhero detective hybrid, and The Boys season 4 had a very similar plot in episode 2. So I'm going to make a vid to say they ripped me off. It's crazy if they did. It says a meme. Gotcha. The Boys is huge right now, so I hope we get the views. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do, man. Like I said, gotta go where the views are. Oh, you know they didn't. It's just funny. Smart. Hey, but the thumbnail, you can make a thumbnail and a title alone just based on that premise that would pull in some viewers. Let's see. So yeah, the aerial version of the burst at the end of his combo string. Want to test to see how allowing normal attacks to follow up specials works. Right now you can't cancel a special into a normal, but you can do the opposite. And what's the other thing? It's gonna come to me in a second. Oh, passive abilities from the element forms. So I think we decided Friday. Wind would be like a double jump. Electricity would be faster movement. So I'm not sure about attack speed, but movement wise, that's easy. Hunter, what up? How you doing? Welcome in. I think ice was defense and fire was just more damage. I need to do status effects on enemies too. I don't think we're gonna have enough time for all of that. But I can show what I did do off stream. Casey, how you doing? Don't know what that was, but all right. All right, off stream, I made some tweaks to the visuals for this. Still doesn't have that explosiveness though. It's missing something, like something small. And this. That one's kind of subtle. But if you notice right at the end of the burst, some of the wind particles go upward. I guess it's, I thought it'd be kind of cool just to kind of over exaggerate a little bit that the wind burst is popping the enemy upward. I just woke up, so I'm kind of tired. I gotcha. I did find out you can actually combo with just a shield, which is funny. I'll probably just let that be a thing. Oh, and the other thing, if you hold down the saber attack button, you can skip the whole string and just go straight into this. It's kind of finicky right now because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like if I were to do, well, then you can't follow up a special with a regular attack anyway, but sometimes it doesn't work as intended. Like it's supposed to be able to cancel like that, how it canceled out of this into it. Sometimes it doesn't work, so that's a bug to figure out. Also, sometimes it misses like that. So that's another thing to figure out. That was me. I actually turned 0. I also need to change this. The visuals on that. I had the perfect title for the boys. Rip me off soon, Amazon. Then the thumbnail would be Butcher, even though what I'm talking about has nothing to do with him. He's just more popular. Ah. All right. So let's see. Aerial wise, that one's fine. That one's fine. This one, I'm on the fence about. Because it looks better on the ground. But in the air, it's like... I think the air one would better off just being like explosions. Like a sequence of explosions that didn't have that column of fire off of it. Let me not lock onto him. There we go. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one. This one, I'll probably get rid of the bolt and just keep the sparks that go forward. Just remove the bolt from it. I think that'd be fine for this. And this one for sure needs to be changed because that just looks weird. Yeah, that's just weird. I'm currently playing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I never played that one. The last MVC I played was 3. Yeah, this is fun. I just don't like this. Jilted, what up? What was that combo that Fitz came up with? Did not mean to do that. Yep, I already messed it up. Oh. Yeah, I messed it up already. Let's see, where are you going? Where are you going to add in the voice lines? When are you going to add in the voice lines? Once I get through the attack stuff with the elements. So where we at right now? So off stream after the stream last Friday, I tweaked that visually to have a little upward burst at the end of it, just to kind of, I think the word I was looking for earlier was accentuate the fact that it sends them up. This tweaked that a little bit particle wise. I still haven't added like the freeze effect on the enemy. If you hold the saber attack button, you can just skip the whole string and go to the ending, but it's kind of finicky. But you can cancel a regular attack straight into it. Trizzy, what up? It's Tuesday, ain't it? Oh, I messed it up. I keep forgetting to switch. That's something else I need to look into, is making it easier to switch. There it is. What else? I don't know if y'all were in here a second ago when I did this, but you can like just combo off of the shield. I don't own Ultimate MVC 3 currently though. Oh, okay. All right, so like I was saying earlier, the plan for today is to test out allowing you to cancel, not necessarily cancel, I think cancel's the wrong word, follow up, like making it easier to follow up specials with regular attacks. Because when I was labbing Friday, sometimes it would take too long. Like you see how Zero falls a little bit after this before I can actually swing. Like sometimes it catches early, other times he has to fall a little bit. So seeing maybe allow him to follow up specials with regulars, also shortening the delay between specials, or maybe allowing a special to follow up. Well, yeah, follow up another special. I don't know. That one I'm not too, it's not an urgent matter. But yeah, the main thing was that now you can just hold square or X on a Xbox controller and just skip the whole string. I want to change this, not too much, just something simple. The air one is still weird looking, so that's what we're going to be working on today, is the air version of this. This one's fine, and I'm on the fence about this one. Can't wait for you to finish this, reskin it into the best indie action ever made, and be rich. Yeah, I've started looking into how much work it would take to reskin it, because it's more than just swapping out the model. Like there's a lot of like objects that are on Zero's character model, like the hierarchy, that I would have to place on the new model and then put in the right spot to have it look right, and it's animation related stuff really. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff. But I've started to look into like just trying to see how long it would take to just get the model swapped over. Say, oh, we're rebuilding, clean up code. Yeah, it's a new project completely. To an extent, starting from scratch wouldn't be a bad idea. To an extent, I mean, yeah, I would have to rebuild everything, but I would rebuild it having this game's code, well, this project's code as a starting point. So I wouldn't have to refigure out how to do stuff. I would just have to look at the code where I've already done it and clean it up. You gotta copy and paste, right? Yeah. All right, so I think we could start with, matter of fact, before we get into the attacks, let's do the passive stuff. I drew a different UI meter in Procreate, but how and when can I show it to you? Discord is on the way, or you can send it to my email that's on my channel page, but you can only see it if you're watching on a PC and not on the phone. Yeah. When you have the knowledge, it gets easier. Okay. So what I want to do. Nope, it's in fixed update. Come on. There you go. All right. Where is it? Speed isn't applied until this is obsolete stuff I need to delete. Oh, okay, yeah, it's down here somewhere. Nope. Nope. Not you. Not you. The biggest if else chain ever. Yeah. It's in here. Actually, I think both of them are here for the wind and the electric. To do what? I didn't leave a note for myself. Is that Omega? Oh, you mean the thumbnail? He's gonna be fightable. And I'll probably have it set as a skin that you can put on Zero. Sprint. Okay. So I'm not sure by how much. I think 10%, like 10% faster move speed should be plenty. So I think we can just apply it after this part happens. %, is 1.1. Honestly, I need to have a variable set up for this, so I won't have to keep coming here to change this. So let's see if all right, then we do that. And I'll just type a variable here, even though it doesn't exist yet. All right, electric chip speed boost. It's a long name. Let's just go way up here. Put it. Where is matter of fact, we're just gonna make a whole new. Like right here. Ship. And we'll give it the default value of 1.1. Let's see. Chachos? Chachos? Hope I pronounced that right. How you doing? I know one thing. If I do something like, I know I'll need notes. I try to leave notes for myself. But sometimes I'm kind of just like, when I got that train of thought going and I'm trying to get something to work, I'll just not completely forget to leave some comments in the code for myself. And then like a month later, when I come back and look at that section of code, I'm like, what was I doing? The energy you give off in your non-live videos is completely different than here. The background sounds far too quiet and I can't hear the energy that is being given off. It's just boring. I mean, in the videos, I have I put on what I call my teacher voice, because I used to be a teacher. So it's, you know, way more enthusiastic and all that other stuff. But, you know, the lives are meant to be, you know, just a chill space. Hello, I wanted to give you an idea. If it's not convenient, I've always wanted to see if a Mega Man Zero with the Mythos, yeah. That's planned to be added down the line. I have to find a model for it or a way to modify the model I have to look like it, but yeah, it was decided that's definitely being added. If you want art for thumbnails or anything, I can help you with that. Appreciate it. Just how long will it take to finish this project? Well, video games take time, a lot of time. Even games with hundreds of developers working on it take years. Mechanic wise, this is the biggest project I've ever attempted, and I'm handling all of that part, like gameplay mechanic or gameplay programming and all that solo. So it's gonna take some time. I can't give a definitive deadline, but it's gonna be a while. I watch all your videos and shorts. I'm a fan of hack and slash, and I'm curious how to learn all the code making games since I'm starting to make one. Oh, well, congrats on beginning your journey in game design. For me, because it's tough to find a good, well, at the time I haven't really checked as of late, but at the time it was tough to find like a good hack and slash tutorial. So after that, I kind of just started looking into other things like the movement, camera controls, like the building blocks. Just finding one piece at a time and work on that until I feel comfortable with it. And eventually I did take a shot at it without a tutorial, just based on the stuff I had practiced, and I made something, but it wasn't it was nothing like this project. It was kind of terrible. Matter of fact, it was in the last short that I posted of that project. But it just comes with practice, really. Like start simple. Like don't go for like big combo systems and all that. Have your character attack 3 times in a row. Just do a 3-hit string, and that's your starting point for kind of learning. Well, for me personally, like that was my starting point for learning hack and slash type stuff. Don't do what I did and, you know, try to jump into it like the deep end of the pool before you know how to swim. You were a teacher? Yes. I have arrived. What up, Fitz? Why are you not a teacher anymore? I got a new job. You should show this project to IGN. I got a love-hate relationship with IGN. No problem, Hazama. I'll be having a Discord set up soon with the purpose of people being able to showcase their stuff and maybe collab with other devs or ask for help from other devs, because the biggest challenge I faced when I started game design was the fact that it was tough to find help. Even for simple stuff, because some people, I mean, the internet's gonna internet, but yeah, some forums, they were just toxic. Like you go in and ask for, you know, I'm having this issue in Unity, blah blah blah, and they're just like, oh, you have a problem with that, or you might as well just quit. Like, sir, I just asked for help. I actually want to make a platform hack and slash, given that most has really bad platform. Okay, like a 2D platformer or 3D platformer. Like a 2D hack and slash platform would be cool. .3D too, but I'm not a level designer. Let's see. Actually, might as well go ahead and put the wind stuff here too. So did double jump. And fire and ice. We can deal with those later. You know what? I'm not even gonna go look for it. It's way too many lines. I'm just gonna do this. Just gonna do this. But yeah, this is another one of the things I wish I had done a bit differently, was kind of split the player controller code up into other sections, because it's code everywhere. Oh, this had 2D casing. That'd be cool. Love-hate relationship with IGN. Why is that? Some of their posts are like overly biased. That Rhythm Juice says I found the same problem. I mean, with like the game design stuff, like kind of getting into it. By the way, have you played Zero's Voice yet? I have not. I gotta go through, because there's a lot. It's a lot of files. Let's see. Double jumping is up here. It's not temp jump. Temp jump is, it's reserved for the attacks that Zero does that sends them upward. It actually calls, well, it sets this variable and then this happens that sends them up during the attack. This is what I'm looking for. Actually, Let's see, the double jump doesn't need to be a buffer jump. Buffer jump is when I had set up jumping to work kind of like how I did in the 2D games, where if you hold the jump button down, they jump higher. If you tap the jump button down, they kind of do like a short hop. That's this. So I'm trying to figure out, where do I need to put the double jump? Because I don't want the double jump to have to be like a buffer. It needs to just be like a full jump. So if, matter of fact, we could put it here. Yeah. We can put it here. I've never really loved the Metroidvania traversal without mini maps. It's like a maze, and I find location of the next job. I mean, that's kind of the purpose of a Metroidvania. It's the exploration part of it. But I get what you mean, though. No mini map, get lost. Not to mention IGN has been caught plagiarizing reviews in the past. Right. Matter of fact, no, I don't. Yeah. If equals electric, thank you. Thunder, not electric. Distancy. But I only want this to happen if he's in the air. So there's something else I'm gonna have to check too. Wait a minute. This isn't even gonna call if he's in the air. That's a whole check I don't have to worry about. Like, this whole section I don't have to worry about. Yeah. Where I need to go is here. And I'm gonna have to set this up to take input for jumper. Which is gonna throw some errors. Waiting to see him. Yep. One way down here, one up here. I'll fix that in a second. Yeah, Justin. They did. They've been plagiarizing. I'm thinking of doing a 2D sprite project just because I can't actually texture. Models without Frito or Clip Studio at the moment. I got you. 2D, I mean, there's nothing wrong with sprites though. Like, cause me personally, when it comes to like 2D platforming games, or just 2D perspective is a better way to say it. Not 2D as in visual, but 2D perspective. I would prefer those games have like 2D sprites. That's just me personally. I like that aesthetic. Are you gonna be making the sprites yourself? Okay, so we need that, and I'm gonna grab I do need to put this in there. And yeah. just to be safe, I'm gonna grab this whole section. And just take a run through it. I still don't know what I was doing here. To do what? All right, so if jump was well, I could set it to false, or I can just, we'll just do it like this. And you have not double jump. So if jump is pressed while they're in the air, the current chip is thunder, which is not the right one. Current chip is wind, and you have not double jumped yet, then you can double jump. But this is, yeah, I know what this is. This is sprint jump. We don't want that. We just want this. There we go. But I don't want it to be, this is for the buffered jump, so we don't need that. But we do need, so I don't want the double jump in the air to be like a full jump, like full height, maybe half of it or a little more than that. So like 60%. You can't be sprinting in the air, so I don't even need to have that there. This is irrelevant. Yeah, double jump equals true. Set probably, or looking at sprite sheets for reference. That's smart. When I did like I tried to do like a 2D like Pokemon Ruby style Power World, I was using sprites from Ruby for reference for the character. To like zeros, gotcha. So why do people hate Dead Rising 4 so much? I'm not sure. Wait, that's a Dead Rising 4? I thought Dead Rising stopped at 3. And then they're re-releasing 2, right? Let's fix this. Go away. Thank you. Let's get this one. Let's see. No, this is when 0 gets hit. So that should take no inputs. All right, that fixes that. Only thing left to do now is to have it reset that bool. So the one that checks if you did double jump, it needs to be set back to false when 0 touches the ground. I think the best spot to put that would be could be here. Check ground status. Right here. That should set those up. Maybe. We'll see. So no, there's a 4. People don't talk about it much. Oh, okay. Curious. All right, so let's see. He should be moving faster. I'm gonna switch to a different element and see if he slows down a little. He did not. Or maybe it's, oh no, he did. It's just really subtle because it's 10%. It's hardly noticeable. Double jump. Yeah, I probably added an animation for that though. Maybe give him a little more height. I still don't want to be full height. Like, he shouldn't be able to jump that height twice. But definitely more than what we got. I want to see something. Like, what if? Yeah, if he could jump a little higher, you could catch him. Yeah, if he could jump a little higher, you could catch him. All right. I have the string going on in the background while I draw. Appreciate it. What you drawing? Some concept art. Yeah, it's all good. I don't mind being in podcast mode. The only problem I have with that running 4 is the Frank Rising DLC, because I still remain too slow and can't fast travel. Wow, what's worse, I can't even use vehicles, no exosuits. I want to test something first before we go back in the code. I want to see if this is actually doing what's supposed to do. So let's just crank it. Let's crank the speed multiplier up to 50. I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm going to save first. I have to stream on the background while I make a Virgil build in Champions Online. All right, regular speed. So it does work. 10% just is not enough. Boy, was zooming. See, now I got to see what happens if I sprint, because that was just running. Well, jogging, really. That wasn't even a run. All right, here we go. My name is Zero. I'm the fastest Reploid alive. All right, so it works. Just 10% just isn't enough. All right, let's pull that back. Let's give them 20%. I feel like 30% would be generous. Let's try 30. Let's see. Right now I'm drawing a step with a suit, running into a Sherman. Okay. I need to get the Discord set up so y'all can post y'all stuff. Yeah. But it was also my Virgil significantly weaker than my attempt at Dante. With my Dante, I could Deal 4.5 damage with crits. With Virgil, I'm dealing 600. That's a big difference. All right. Okay. 30 is noticeable if you're looking for it. Maybe have some type of visual too. I mean, you can notice 30. Make him like Bunny, the first descendant. I don't even know what her multiplier is for that speed. 1 point. Let's double that. 1.6. Double it and pass to the next 0. Yeah, 30% didn't feel like much. $60 is slightly noticeable. But that's not bunny speed. Bunny speed is like 2.25. Nah. 2.5. I think the ice girl is as fast as Zero is now with lightning. Bunny's faster than her. Yeah. This might be too fast. Is that perfect? Wait, so how does... I need to see if this breaks any other of the movement and stuff. Hold on. Jeez. He still jumps normal speed, so I have to fix that too. You gonna grab that ledge, buddy? Thank you. Jeez, he might be too fast. Or maybe have different values apply to different states. Like if he's not sprinting, have it another value. Because right now he's moving too fast and his legs are moving slow. Or maybe speed up the animation to make it fit, or it's a couple things to cover. Dude, you're gonna... Why are you not... So yeah, moving too fast kind of breaks some stuff. Oh wait, no, he can only... You have to be sprinting to do that. No, it broke it. There you go. Because the jumping input doesn't register fast enough sometimes. What, zooming? So yeah, too fast, break some things. Oh, I know what's happening there. Jeez. I'm pressing jump too late. He takes off as soon as I press forward. So we're just gonna walk slowly. Oh no. Said maybe 2.25. Said Zero's late for a business meeting that he was meant to attend 30 minutes ago. The run animation needs to be the anime run for who? This stupid heart icon in YouTube is blocking. Let's see. Oh, run for this. So, okay, never mind. Turns out Virgil deals a little bit above 2K. Let's see. So yeah, we need to tone this down a little bit, speed up the feet. Same here. Or maybe have a smaller value apply when walking or jogging. Controls get a little wonky when he moves too fast. So my man isn't motivated enough. What would motivate Virgil to do more damage? Are you able to give him SpiderMan PS4's Blitz ability where he deals damage to enemies and knocks them down when he sprints into them? I actually have not played either of the Spider-Man games. I need to. Actually, let's give it full jump power to see what happens. That could be a thing, though. When he's in thunder form, you sprint into an enemy. It could be like a combo starter. To bring me pictures of Spider-Man. That boy reaching for the sky. I think I want him to do a flip on the double jump. Do a flip. Maybe the faster you move, the stronger your attacks. I'm gonna have fire form be for attack damage. Thunder form is basically just a speed form, not necessarily faster. I mean, if you want to look at it as like DPS, if you're attacking faster, you're doing more damage per second, potentially than just hitting harder and attacking normal speed. You know what? Giving him full jump height isn't bad. Yeah, do a flip Kermit falling down off a building. Ah, there it is. That's cool. Because the shield keeps him in the air and gives you time to do the double jump. Lap time. Ah, I missed him. Well, I still caught him. I need to let him move a little bit more forward. Ah. I think maybe allowing specials to follow up other specials, because what I was trying to do just now was to do this, and then that, but the shield move didn't pop out fast enough. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Yeah, it is. Ah, yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much what I wanted for Win. I wanted it to be aerial combat and you get to just stay up there without the need of this. Now I'm thinking about combos. And then you can follow that up too. That's crazy. See where you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense. Well, I might have missed something. What do you mean, Chachos? Jilted, stat would get breakfast, what I miss. So we're playing around with some values for the passive stuff. So speed wise, 0 moving too fast in thunder form kind of breaks a couple things. Right now he's at like 2.5 times regular speed. Oh, I'm not a coding guy, so I don't understand. Oh, okay, I got you. Also, the animation doesn't really keep up, so that's something else to look into, is tweaking the animation speed to match his actual move speed. His attack speed is still the same, so that's the next thing to change. Double jump, decided to instead of having it only be like 60%, he can jump full height. I might drop it down to like 80 or 90%. Other than that, we're just kind of trying out some stuff combo wise. Come on, Zero. But God, I love this so much. It's fun. I will say, there are some issues under the hood that need to be tweaked, but I feel like it's going in a good direction. I think Wind is probably my favorite now because of that. Just because of that follow-up. Oh, I didn't have the right thing equipped. Can't wait to see the speed up on lightning attacks. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy, especially with this, like with the recoil rod moving faster, like attacking faster. That's gonna be wild. Almost caught him. Also need to fix this. I think what I'll do is one way I can fix it is to not allow them to to allow them to overlap colliders and just have some code in place that pushes them away from each other if they're overlapping. The problem with that is that's just more stuff, like more functions running all at once. It could be an issue optimization wise. It's that DBZ fighting energy. You got something really special here. It's like one of those things when you're younger and you go, I think Capcom should do this, right? That's how it started out, really. Because the first time I tried to make a Zero Fan game was like 2012, I think. It was a 2D one, but I was kind of out of my depth when it came to game design. But yeah, there's some ideas I have for other games too, like other franchises. And I'll be doing some devlogs on those soon. Like nothing, like not multi-part series like the Zero one. They're just gonna be like one-offs, like what ifs. You think you'll take the code you're working on using the original IP project? Yes, absolutely. That's the plan once we get to the end of this project. Too late. Just missed them. What if I did this? Nah. Better idea. He's too far. Was he though? He wasn't too far. And then what you could do at the end of that was switch to this, do that, and go into a whole nother string. I think. Let's find out. Now he's too far. Oh, I forgot double jump. Yeah, and then you just do this. Jeez, yeah, wind is crazy. I can't wait to see what you made with it. Well, I hope I don't disappoint when it comes to that time. I'm glad you're going to take what you learned from this and turn it into an original. I was concerned with like Capcom wanting to shut this down. So Capcom is pretty chill when it comes to fan projects, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is their property and they can pull the plug at any point, and it's nothing I can do about it. I completely understand it. But yeah, even if they were to shut the project down, it wouldn't be the end of the project per se. I just have to remove Zero. So we got a backup plan if it ever comes to that. Only thing that would do is speed up how soon the original project comes out of this. No one, I'm wondering why is it that so many army men stop pushing? So many army men stop motion creators use production in their names. Wait. That missed. Hold on. Was it because I was too close, or? That's another thing I need to experiment with. Having Zero's height adjust automatically depending on where the enemy is when he starts an attack, because sometimes I'll be too high and other times I'll be too low. And I know Kingdom Hearts kind of does something like that, where Sora, when he goes into like an air attack, it'll kind of position him where that move, way to make sure that move hits like the way it was intended to. So that's something to play around with. Try making Virgil stronger, fail. He's still around 2k damage. That man is unmotivated. I just love shading and shingles on a rude. A roof, gotcha. That's not what I meant to do. And this, double jump. Yeah, there we go. Yeesh. Do you plan on adding a Zero skin from his X appearances? So originally for the Omega fight, I thought about using the original Zero, since lore-wise Omega is Zero's original body. So I thought about using the actual model of his original body and not like the sleek one that we get in the Mega Man Zero games. I also thought about just taking some pieces of the original Zero's body and putting it on this model. And that's kind of the direction I'm leaning towards, is going that route. Kind of have Omega be a hybrid of OG Zero and the newer Zero. Maybe as a bonus to the Patreon supporters, maybe have that Zero, like OG Zero, be playable, like a OG Zero skin on this Zero. That'd be cool too. Because I did say, I think it was last week, I did say once we get to the end of this project, I'm just gonna release it for everyone, but I want to make sure I have some stuff, like a lot of exclusive stuff specifically for the people who support it on Patreon. Because it wouldn't be fair to them if I just released it for free for everyone at the end of it all. I was gonna jokingly say screw it and make a Zero bill, but I don't think that's enough to differentiate it from being regular energy saber bills. Taking the pieces from his suit. Oh, there is? I'm gonna have to look that up. Need to see it. That'll give me a good idea of how I need to set it up. Okay. So happy with wind. Wind is, I think the passive for wind is good now. We're straight there. Lightning, well, electric needs some work. Thunder, it's not lightning or electric, it's called thunder. I gotta keep remembering to stay consistent with what I'm calling it, because code wise it's gonna confuse me. So yeah, that needs some tweaking. Animation wise needs some tweaking. Attack speed though, attack speed, I don't even know where I would put the code that handles that part. Like maybe, actually no, I have a section for that. Is it manage animation? No, it's update animator. I would probably put it here. Wireframe being 0. Fair concept. Yeah, I think it was either, cause I think I've seen one before. It was either, I can't remember, it was just a sleeker version of the OG Zero, or was it like a hybrid? But I do remember like he at least had like, he had the same helmet as OG Zero. He had the what do you call them? Shoulder pads, I guess. He had those on. He had the 2 like green spears on his chest. I know there's official concept art of Omega where he looks like classic Zero but sleeker. That might be the one I'm thinking about. But there wasn't enough time to implement them, so they went with a simple palette swap. Yeah, I remember reading that. That would have been crazy if they had done it though. We got some Capcom lore. Matter of fact, that'll be the reason why we do that for Omega. It's Capcom didn't do it. I'm gonna try something, and I don't know how it's gonna play out. I don't know if it's official, but I know the way you're talking about. He has red art, just like how Mega Man ZX has the old ear cups and artwork, but the sprites, he just has sleek head and earpiece like 0. Oh, okay. Chup. want to see if this works. The way I think it will, because I think the way, I don't think there's an overall way to, oh, there is. I'm almost certain this is gonna break something. Attack speed, we're gonna start small. 6, no. 50% faster attack speed. If this works the way I think it's gonna work. This should, if this is, I'm gonna have to read some documentation on it, because I'll show you, because each animation state has its own playback speed. But if I'm able to adjust like an overall speed multiplier for the animator itself, then I'm hoping it's multiplicative, meaning it's not going to go in and change these individually. It's going to take the value that's already set in there and multiply it by 1.5. Because some of these, you see I have like some are like 1.1, some are 1.2, and I need them to stay this value as its base speed, basically. Let's find out. Let's make some mistakes. Word to Miss Frizzle. Okay, so it should only kick on when the thunder is active and attacking. I can't tell if that was faster or not. Oh, it's definitely faster. Whoa, 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 Zero, whoa, chill out. Jeez. He's not floating. The enemy's not floating up enough to even get caught by those attacks. And the hitbox isn't active long enough for some of them, so speeding up the frames for the attacks makes hit detection wonky. So I need to extend the hitboxes for at least maybe 2 or 3 extra frames. Say 2x. Oh, all right. That's fine. Let's see it. We gotta have another clip. Some more shorts content about to happen. Oh boy, here we go. He's like Speedy Gonzalez. He said Zero is motivated. He extra motivated. Zero got that, some of that Undertale determination going. At maximum capacity, he's at 5x. Oh shit. You know what? Yep, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it after this. Let's see what 2x look like. Oh, I'm sorry, little one. Jeez. Faster weapon. Bro. He's not just motivated, he's motivating. Jeez. Zero heard that X is short as we're completely fake. Oh, all right. Jeez. He is going crazy. Wait. Let's see if I can do a switch combo where I switch between the two like that. Yeah. Never got to see 5X. That recoil rod speed, right? That's crazy. That's wild. What does the chain rod look like? Let's find out. Jeez. And since it applies to the entire animator, that means every attack is sped up. Except this, because that's not handled. The flip is faster. But him closing the distance isn't tied to an animation. That's actually code based. But I did notice it whiffed like twice. Zero and X for after fighting Colonel. Wow, gonna be crazy. It is. It said Zero became a dad with that one. Jeez. Wait. I need to get some more animations for that though. But still, that looks weird. Look how slow his feet are going. Or skating. All right, grab that from Boone. All right, let's see 5. I'm going to just I'm gonna just go ahead and hit that save button real quick. Let's see, there's a Reddit thread titled "A Design of Omega That Stays Faithful to the Original Design." In case the link got eaten by YouTube. It looks like it did. But I'll look that up. Well, here we go. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. The animation is so fast it messes with the VFX on the swing. He's gonna show why he was chosen to be Virgil's crossover and dive. Yep, here it goes. Yep, just go to happen. Just he's swinging too fast for the hitbox frames. He's just whipping. Bruh. just losing it. Whip style. Jeez, it's also too fast for the input too. You blink and you'll miss the whole string. That's the equivalent of windmill in a fight, right? He heard the McDonald's ice cream machine started working again, so he started to get rid of everyone to drive. Wait. Get out of the way. What if? I just cheat up, zero. He's asserting dominance. Zero. He hit me twice. Where you had to be an octopus. Let's see. Zero will be looking like some anime sword fight between a level 0 enemy and Goku with a sword. Jeez. Oh, it was too fast that it broke. You see his arms? His arms, the IK for his arms went wonky for a second. The unpaid employee finally put zero in the eternal faultless state, right? Whoa. Jeez. Yeah, that's not happening. That's crazy. I'm trying to actually do a combo, but it's not working. He won't launch. He launched once. Or just spam. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Oh no, that's not gonna work. I have a cooldown hard coded into it, so I can't actually spam it. But just for science, we can I forgot which one I assigned it to, so we're just gonna jump down to where it is. Rajangeki. It is number 4. You know, if we never start the cooldown, is it rip? If we never start the cooldown to ice spikes. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go back and just what else? Shippu. Our combo strictly made of special attacks. We could try that after this. I'll crank his speed back down, or at least just switch elements so he's not going berserk. Oh, so what time are we at? 12:55. Okay. Broken every rule of the Geneva Convention. Well, if we haven't yet, we're about to. That was not fast enough. Uh-oh. It's too fast for the hitbox. What about Shifu? Come back down here. Would it be possible to make the purple move act like a doppelganger from DMC3? Possibly. I think I tried it a while back, and it was really finicky. But that was like months ago. And I think I probably done something or fixed the problem that was preventing me from doing it. So I might give it a shot. Cause that, I mean, that is kind of like, especially OG Zero, like that's kind of one of his staple moves. This is just wrong. All right, let's switch this off to those. This just looks so slow now. Let's see, a combo of only special moves. That's not what I meant to do. It's this button. Keep pressing the wrong button. Slow, but you can do it. Change it from a purple slash at the enemy to a purple doppelganger. Yeah, I would have to set it up to copy Zero's animations, and then I would have to set it up with hitboxes, which isn't actually that's not an issue at all, because these clones, they copy Zero's animator. So that wouldn't be an issue, actually, because they would use the same animator. I would still need to, would it, well, yeah, technically it would be able to copy specials. I would have to probably make like special or like alternate or copies of the animations where you don't have like, because if Zero does this, the doppelganger is gonna do that too. I guess I just don't want too many effects to be on the screen at once. Or maybe it got purple fire because it's a purple doppelganger. I don't know. But it's possible to have it behave the way the other one did. So we'll see. It's worth a shot, honestly. Because I don't know what to do with this. I wanted to give Zero another special, and then I just picked one, which was this one. Because I couldn't get the doppelganger to work how I wanted it to, so I was like, you know, it's just gonna do one attack and call it. But we'll see. He would just copy your moves. I don't think doppelganger would copy your moves. I don't think that'll be a copy of your moves while lacking VFX. Oh, okay. Miva, hello, just passing by to say I love your work. So excited to see the release. May have a smooth progress. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Go ahead and experiment with that. That was a Twitch follow. Appreciate it, Daniel. Daniel XR. I need to update my alerts. Okay. So, one more time for the one time. I'm trying to do this switch combo, but I can't. It's just too, the window for input is just too small. All right, we're gonna pull that back to like 2. Two. Oh wow. Jeremy, appreciate the super chat. Not much, but I wanted to show my support for your work. Love the progress and work so far. I'm excited to see its completion whenever that is. Keep it up. I appreciate that, man. It's definitely not required, but I always appreciate it. And I hope you have a great day, man. Great week. I tried popping my neck and I think I just broke it. That's not good. You're gonna make the elemental chips in the original. We're making our own version of the chips. Oh, now it does the alert. So yeah, we're not doing all the chips, just the main ones, and there was no wind chip, so that's new. Some of the passive abilities of the chips from the original are being implemented into the elemental chips. So like the double jump is going into wind. I don't know if there was a speed chip or not, but either way, the lightning one is speed. I didn't actually rig it, but it sounded it was a lot different from what it usually makes when I pop my neck. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that. Real question, Steam Deck compatibility. If I had one, I would play test that. I would test it out. Funny enough, the reason I even got into game design in the first place was because I wanted to make portable games. I was trying to make a game for my PSP at the time. I found like my PSP was jailbroken, so I was running a similar system to like Mugen, the fighting game engine that you can put your own character. Like when you see stuff like Peter Griffin versus Ronald McDonald, that's Mugen, most likely. Someone had made another version of it where it was a beat 'em up, like the side-scrolling beat 'em up, like Streets of Rage type stuff. So I had taken that, and then somebody had made a PSP version of it. So I was making a beat 'em up for my PSP, and that's what made me really want to get into game design, because I didn't know what I was doing. So yeah, I would really love to like have like a Logitech G Cloud or a Steam Deck to kind of play around with and try to run stuff on, because I still have that passion for portability when it comes to gaming. Obviously portable systems can't be as strong, but I guess that's where Steam Deck comes in, right? And the cyber elves. So cyber elves, no, unless I find some with things I think would work as passive abilities, in which case they would still just get implemented into the elements. My DMs are open for testing. I have 2 that we can test it on. Oh wow, all right. We will see. I'm curious. This is where I would test the game on my teammate if I had one. Right? Word for word, bar for bar. Where do we go from here? Well, first off, let's reset these back to normal. And 2 is too much. 1.5 felt okay. We'll leave it there for now. Actually, this is another situation where I probably should just thunder chip, attack speed, multiplier. Ridiculously long variable name. Where'd I put the other one? Default 1.5. And the reason I have it set up like this is so I can see it over here. Like right here, so that way I don't have to go into code to test values anymore. I can just switch it right here. All right, got about 21 minutes left before I have to end the stream. What's something we could do quickly? So attack speed is technically done. I still need to go into, well, like play test it, see which attacks need to have the hitbox time kind of extended a bit by a frame or 2, but overall that's fine. That's good to go. Win I am happy with, so I think win is done. We still need to do freezing. And I need to decide how I want that to behave. Like when they're frozen, are they frozen in place, or is their animator just paused and they can still be kind of thrown around, if you know what I'm saying? Or maybe initially when they freeze, they're stuck in place and the animator is like paused, and when they get hit, the animator is still paused, but physics would still allow them to be like knocked around, even though they kind of just like stuck in place. Until they break out of the state. I think that'll be a better way to handle it. The question is, can we knock this out in 19 minutes? Let's find out. Let's see. But yeah, Jeremy, I'll look into any specific thing Unity needs or has to do to export for compatibility for Steam Deck. I don't think it does, but just to make sure. And then we can figure something out from there. I'll probably need to add a no. I don't feel like I should have to add another state as far as like I feel like enemies being frozen should be able to be applied on top of these and not separate from these states. Maybe let's call it status states. English is weird. For a second, I thought I typed states twice. Just one letter change and the whole word's different. All right, we'll just say is frozen. Sorry, I have to go. Bye. All right, Casey. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for chatting with me, and I hope the rest of your day goes well. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Just live today to make up for missing yesterday. I think it should just be controller compatibility and then either have it set as Windows executable or there's an export from Linux. That would be best. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll look into control wise. I'll tackle that first just to see. A few games I dealt with Godot, I exported as Windows and ran it random fine with Proton experimental. Okay, gotcha. I'll check out control compatibility, see if everything's all good there. And if not, I do have like the way, because I did update the controls for this about 2 weeks ago. So now there's like a script that handles control input from different platforms. So if there is like a difference between like maybe like gamepad button 3 isn't B or will be circle on the PlayStation controller, I just update the code for it. I think I'm gonna go to has this been I gotta get this drawing done because I've been working on this thing for at least 12 hours. Jeez, yeah. But I appreciate you being here, Chachos, and hope it turns out well. 12 hours, good lord. Can't wait to see what this finished though. See, man, I hope I can catch that stream. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow morning at we're gonna go for 10 a.m. Eastern time, and then I'll be back again Friday around the same time. So if it's set for WSD, technically, like, have a good one, Chachos. So if it's set for WSD, technically Stream Deck can translate controls. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, that's good to know. So it can basically can map keyboard input into buttons. Gotcha. That's cool. That makes things a lot easier. Yeah, that makes things a lot easier. Actually, well, I do need to update some stuff code wise for keyboard input because I'm trying to streamline the controls, and right now it's kind of controller focused. So I broke a lot of stuff on the keyboard. So not broke, but this disabled. But keyboard wise, there are some inputs that might not be enough buttons for, like special moves. You have to hold down a bumper, but on the keyboard you don't have to hold down anything. You just have to press like one of the number keys up top. We'll figure it out though. Lots to unpack there, but that's the gist. Superfly, not gonna lie. Okay, wasn't sure. Oh yeah. It was originally keyboard, and then I kind of wanted to switch it over to be more controller. So now I'm trying to have it a bit more streamlined keyboard side as well, because it's a lot of inputs, and it feels easier on a controller. Because right now, like the keyboard, like WASD to move, then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the number keys. Space is jump. I think shift is sprint. Shift is sprint. Control is dash or dodge. Q is weapon action or weapon ability. I don't think E does anything. B used to be for blade mode, and I disabled blade mode. It's a couple things. We'll figure it out. All right, 11 minutes to see if I can get the enemy to freeze in place. So what I need to do. So this will just determine if it's frozen, period. But I also need another one to determine when it gets hit. Like when it's initially frozen, I want it to stay in place and have the animator pause. And then when it gets hit the first time, I want physics to kick back in, but the animator stays paused for X amount of time. Yeah, I can imagine. Can't remember if you mentioned, but are you gonna use wheel menus for specials or elements to save on specific buttons? Right now I'm considering it because trying to switch weapons and element chips mid combo is somewhat cumbersome, and I don't like it. So if I were to do that, it would free up 2 of the D-pad buttons, because right now up and down on the D-pad is cycling weapons, and left and right on the D-pad is cycling elements. So it would free up 2 D-pad buttons if I were to go the wheel route. Left trigger isn't used at all either, and right trigger is only used if you're in if you have a ranged weapon equipped. All right, welcome back, Fitz. We got 9 minutes left. We'll see. I say 9 minutes, but we'll see how close I get to getting this to work. Frozen first hit. Cross and float. Freeze time. Max freeze time. We'll just say let them stay frozen for 2 seconds for now. just to have a value in there. Hit it again. Per 4 remaining. Freeze time. Down can be the emote wheel. Yeah, it would free up that for the emote wheel. Speaking of, I gotta get those other animations imported. Some more of those dances from Fortnite. Also, I don't know if Trizzy's still in here, but he found um a model for Tifa from Final Fantasy VII Remake that has some of her attack animations, specifically Star Shower. So I want to see if I can get that to work. Right trigger plus menu equal element chips. I didn't think about that because yeah, like so right trigger is only used for right trigger is used, but only when you have a ranged weapon or the grenades, the bombs, so you can throw them. But left trigger isn't used at all. So maybe left trigger plus menu. That could be a thing. But yeah, if it's, I'm gonna see if I can get when I go back and update the animations for the Z knuckle, I'll probably have a look at some of Tifa's other attacks and see if we can get those in here. It's the files of format I haven't used before. It's like a .glb or something like that. So I have to look into what can open that and get those animations out of there. Okay, so we're good here. Um, I would need to update this. So when the information gets passed from the hitbox through the damage receiver into this, which means I also need to go to damage receiver and update receive damage. I'll just tag it at the end. And freeze, set that to false by default. I guess I could have it be a separate, like an overload for it, since these two have their own anyway. Yeah, try to keep it, just try not to overthink it. Then, well, now that I think about it, only one attack can steal. Overthinking. I could probably make one version, like one version of the receive damage script instead of overloaded versions, but kind of fine with this. Is this for a real or not back effect? We're working on freezing. By I think I know what you mean, but by real, do you mean like pull the enemy towards you? This should give an error. Yeah, because I haven't made an overload for it. All right. Let's see. Which one of you? Which one of y'all? I guess, nah, we could leave it with slicing. Yeah, we could leave it with slicing just in case. So matter of fact, I'll just tag it onto this, maybe. Or I can just set it up where ice attacks can't cut the enemy in half when they run out of health. Yeah, that's how we'll do it. We'll just put it here. Oh, reel as in reeling from the attack after getting hit. Gotcha. I thought you meant like reel them in. Yeah, so this is the code that handles that, like those types of things. And that part happens here. Depending on the type of hit, that determines the reaction. All right, cool. So yeah, I think we're good, because now I need to update this to have this. We'll leave it false by default. This is just for like the Saber finisher, Genmu Zero, Rikoha. Damage through those hasn't been set up yet, so I just have it avoid this section. And that handles that. Handle hit physics. I think I want it to happen before this. But the problem is, I still needed to go into this to at least play the first frame of some of these animations. So I don't want it to, they need to be separate functions. Well, they could be. I think what I'll do, I could put it after this, like immediately after. It'll be on the same frame. And I could just like reset these external forces to keep them from flying away on the initial freeze. So like something like, if you're not frozen, wait, just realized something. I put the frozen stuff on this, right? Wait, got an error somewhere. Oh, there you go. Cool. I think I put it here. Right. Way down here somewhere. Yeah. So, oh. needs to be set as protected, right? I missed 2 hours of the stream. Yeah, you're about to end it after I just see if I can get this first thing to work. I'll be back tomorrow though. I missed yesterday. So I decided to go live today. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. Do I really need to change all of these though? We'll find out. All right. So if he's not frozen and the current attack, did I not? Oh, I didn't. Oh, because it needs to be up here, not down here. And the current attack that you just got hit by can freeze. Did I miss a lot of progress? Kind of, but not really. You missed a lot of trial and error. I'll say that. You missed some stuff that broke. Zero ran through the wall and off the map. I'll show you that before you end it. But we got the double jump going for the wind form, the attack speed for lightning form, and move speed. And it needs some tweaks, the lightning form stuff. But wind form, I think, is good now. Fire and ice, they haven't been touched yet. So I am adding this. Right now we're working on setting up the enemies to be frozen. That's what I'm doing now. And something else, I don't want each ice element attack to be like a guaranteed freeze. Like there should be like a chance of it freezing, or at least like a build up. Like the more you hit them with the ice attack, the higher the build up goes, and once it passes the threshold, then it's a guaranteed freeze. But for right now, we just have it set as guaranteed. And then also I need to set it so that once this gets set to true, we can start a timer that'll unfreeze them. Yeah, build up, yep. But for now, just need this to be like this. And since this is the initial freeze, matter of fact, adding a note for myself. So this is the initial freeze. This gets set to true. Frozen first hit gets set to false. If they get hit again while frozen, so I'll just put it down here. Matter of fact, it could be an else, I guess, to this. If he is frozen and he got hit, so then we can set this to true. And then this will allow physics to take back over. And the only other thing to add now is code to stop physics from applying if it's not the first hit after being frozen. It's the initial freeze. And to lock the animator, like pause the animator. So I probably can put the timer on this, but I'm not gonna worry about the timer right now. The animator is on the base script that the test enemy script derives from. So we can put it here. It should be an update. Yeah. Wait, this gets overrode, right? So override. We can put it here then. Yeah, we can put it here. Because that way we can have a different type of behavior per enemy. Nah. I would rather have that's kind of a base behavior that all enemies are gonna share. So I would rather have it on the script that all other enemies are gonna derive from. It saves a lot of work. So we'll just put it here. Manage freezing. And where do I want to put it? We're just gonna go way down here. Hey now. So this is where we would do the timer. Animator. Who is blowing my phone up? Physics. Well, physics isn't going to be handled here. Physics is going to be handled somewhere else. So we'll just say if it's frozen, countdown, timer, pause animator. That is not how you spell it. Which all I have to do is just say animator speed is 0. Let's see. Perhaps each attack has a certain value, and when the target reaches a certain, it freezes. That is without a build-up that decays. Yeah, that could work. DMC people combat has a little circle that appears when damaging an enemy with certain elements. Physical makes bleed, meter, fire, burn, ice, freeze, electric shock. And the circle fills up when you keep attacking with that element. When it becomes full, it gives the enemy. Okay. That could be good. Yeah, I do feel like it would be good to have a visual indicator on the enemy to let you know your progress with that. The build up. Keep hitting the microphone. You can put that here, count down the timer. I mean, I might as well since I'm right here. Yeah, for remaining freeze time. Matter of fact, I don't even have to do that. I can just say remaining freeze time. But this is being called from a fixed update. And that's physics related. So I would, instead of delta time, I would need probably fixed delta time. Basically, for those that don't know the code related stuff, delta time is the amount of real world time that passed between 2 frames. And then fixed delta time is the same thing, except instead of how much time passed between frames. It's how much time passed between two physics updates. That's kind of like the gist of it. So basically you use like time.delta time when you want something to be frame rate independent. So regardless of the frame rate, if something is supposed to take 2 seconds, it's going to take 2 seconds, whether the game is running at 30 frames or 60. Unlike Zero's hitboxes for his attacks, which are frame rate dependent and break when he attacks too fast. We can mark the microphone as another unpaid employee who was put up with getting comboed daily. Right. Yeah, my microphone is going through it today, apparently. So yeah, we'll do this, and then all we have to do now is check. Like if remaining countdown time is less than or equal to 0, then we can. What is my dog scratching? Billy, what are you playing with? She has all these dog toys, but she wants to scratch at a box back there. I don't even know what's in that box. So yeah, we just set this to false. Basically, we just reset everything. So now I actually do need to set this value. We need a dog cam, right? I have a. So sometimes when she wants to get in my lap, I'll sit her in my old chair. I do have a second camera I could probably set up for her. We might try that, not tomorrow, but we might try that Friday. She's just gonna be asleep the whole time when she's up there. But yeah, we'll get a dog cam. This should be fine, right? I think this is fine. Oh wait, animator. Let me just set that back to normal. So what I need to do now, which is probably best if it'd be fine. We'll clean it up later. Did I pass it? Oh wait, it's not here, it's here. Yeah, you know what? It needs to be its own thing. Oops. Didn't give it a return, but type. There we go. All right, so it's frozen is true. Frozen first hit is false. Remaining freeze time is I have max freeze time. We need to. Do I have a? I don't have a. That's fine. We'll just do it manually. We need to reset this. Reset this. Set that. And I think gravity is handled manually, not through the rigid body. I think. just to make sure. Yeah, gravity's handled manually. And all I honestly should have to do is if he's frozen and hasn't been hit once while being frozen, then we just don't even go into this. So gravity won't be applied. I think that's it. We should, oh wait, no, that's not it. Because I need to update the hitbox. A block. And then like here we'll have like, we can have like a amount, like a float, like build up amount, and that'll add towards the build up. But right now it's just gonna be like a guaranteed freeze just to test it. All right, so that'll pass that value to the damage receiver, who then passes it to the enemy script, which is just a base script test enemy, which has the behavior on it. Only thing left to do now is to go to let's test it with the shield throw. You go to the hitbox. Oh, it's not on this one. This is a different script. This one needs to be private. Can't freeze. Save. All right, so if this works as intended for this specific attack, it should first pop him in the air. He's gonna fall down, get hit by the second burst from it, and freeze in place. Let's see if it works. It does not. Okay. Let's see what I missed. Let's follow the trail. So this script happens. It calls receive damage, which brings us here. Can't freeze is true, which means this happens. So it calls this. So, and this is on the enemy script. So when it calls this, because this one overrides, well, it inherits from this, so it's actually calling, I thought was this one. So it's calling this one, probably. In any case, I would still need to put, oh, I completely missed the fact that I need to do this. Completely missed that fact. But this needs to be in both of these anyway, though, whether it be this one or this one. Which means, because this is well, actually this is called when he's hit by a slicing move. Yeah. Whoa there. You should be able to be overloaded. What's going on here? Not by force, not force. Oh no, you can't. You cannot. Well, let's just see if that was the problem. Ma'am, are you chewing the tag off of your bed? You're making a mess. All right, let's see if that was the problem. Well, that is not the correct there we go. So that's what the problem was. And then we can add some visuals, like some maybe like a frost effect on them, or just a whole block of ice around them or something. Let's see. Oops, forgot to make him immortal. Okay, he still moves, but he switched animations, and I don't need that to happen. That needs to be locked in whatever animation you got froze down. And technically I need gravity. Well, actually gravity didn't reactivate. I just couldn't tell down here. Okay, so yeah, I need gravity to reactivate. Bonus damage when comboing a frozen enemy. That is a good idea. That gives incentive. Okay. So why is this? I think that's probably because of this. I do like that idea though, bonus damage when come on a frozen enemy. That could be like the whole playstyle of the ice form. Like the goal of the ice form, since I think it was Friday, we said ice form would have more defense at the cost of attack. But the playstyle could be like the way around it would be freezing the enemy, which would give the ice form and like a attack boost. Figuring it out. All right. Oh wait, immortal. Here it is. All right, cool. Nope. I think it worked. He wasn't frozen enough. Or better yet, I could just freeze him here and then... Yeah, it works. All right. That needs to be fixed though. But that... I might extend it longer than 2 seconds. Or like, what if you could freeze them and then consecutive ice attacks after freezing them would kind of prolong how long they stay frozen? That could be a thing. He just froze standing still. But I do need to fix to keep the animator from changing the animation. Cause he's like that, then you hit him and he switches up. Yeah, allows more careful approach to a play style, but still have to land those hits to set yourself up for success. Yep, exactly. Okay, I think we're good. I think that's pretty much all we're gonna do today. Then we'll be back tomorrow anyway, 10 a.m. Eastern. Probably, let's see, what's the goal for tomorrow's stream? The aerial stuff. So fixing this, changing this one. Wait, let me break that lock on. Probably see if I can do something about these animations. Speed wise. That is fast. That still feels a little too fast. And that's what, 1.5, I think. Yeah, I think that's 1.5. But we'll see. Made some good progress today though. You said it seems good for lightning? Yeah. I'll probably, after the stream, I'll probably just lab a little bit. It'll probably grow on me. Could nerf the damage, yeah. And that's something I haven't done yet. All the damage values that you see are arbitrary. Like I haven't actually put the actual damage that the attacks are gonna do. It's pretty much just all arbitrary. Like you see some 5s, some 10s, but let's see. But definitely have heavy damage on that lightning strike. Oh, the burst at the end, yeah. Yeah, I think my favorite one is the wind one. I just like the wind form in general at this point. But yeah, lightning, I feel like it has a lot of potential. The aerial one though, I think I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna keep the bursts that go forward, but I might get rid of the bolt. Or I could just set it so that the bolt is always vertical and not angled like that. Same for fire. What if the bolt just went all the way down to the ground, even with airborne? That's doable, actually. gonna test that. I wanna see how that looks. I think you're onto something. So yeah, I'll test that later on today. Yeah, I think you're onto something with that one. Whoa. That whiffs. No, it doesn't. I was just slow. I wonder if... Yeah, you can do that. Not what I was trying. That's not what I was trying. There it is. Keeping the main and sub weapon style OG games, or have the switch. What you want to use each time. So yeah, right now it's just set up where you can switch to sub. The main is always going to be the saber. And that's kind of a limitation just because how the attack, like how the code is set up to handle the attacks. Because I originally didn't plan on adding the sub weapons. It was just going to be saber. So instead of rebuilding that code like I should have, like changing some things up, I just added code around it. And it's probably not as difficult of a fix as I think it is. To set it up to where you can replace the saber with something else, but it works for me, to be honest. The Z Saber's the GOAT, right? Let me try that combo again. A spider has just floated down in front of me. Where are you going, little guy? Trap you under this bottle cap. What was I doing? Oh. Jeez, that's fast. Yeah, I need to note which attacks whiff at higher speeds so I can fix those hitboxes. It's fun. I'll say that. It feels satisfying to be doing combos at this speed. Oops. That can juggle. Okay. Let's see. Chain Rod just needs to be a giant lightning whip for the burst. So yeah, the Chain Rod actually doesn't have a burst. It ends right there. And the main reason I had set it up like that was just so you could go into this. But it would be cool. I think the Chain Rod is the only one, not the Buster doesn't have one either. But the Buster has the charge shot and all that. That one has a big hit at the end. Recoil Rod sets up for air, and then in the air it has a burst at the end. Knuckle has a burst at the end. So yeah, Chain Rod needs a burst attack at the end. Wait. Oh crap, that's a bad switch. Up 3 times or down twice. Down twice. Yeah, down twice. Down twice, up once. Let me try something. Nope. And then from there, switch to this. And then end with that. Could bind the enemy and squeeze, inflict high lightning of damage as a burst. Possibly. I do have an animation for it. I know another option was like to latch on to the enemy and instead of grappling towards them, swing them around. That was another option. How goes the labbing? Pretty good. About to end it. I was trying to figure something out with the speed from lightning form. I'm not really sure where it's going. Oh, where you go? But I gotta. It's tough trying to get these inputs right at this speed. It's fun though. Doing it wrong. It's shield, right? Shield. No. Yeah. It's shield and then this. Then that, then switch to this. Oh, too much. I need to get these. So it's down twice to switch to that, and then up once to switch back to this. Matter of fact, let me try to get that last part right. down twice. I didn't even know there was a Dead Rising 4, and if I did know there was one, I didn't really care too much to play it, let alone look into it. So I don't really have an opinion on it. Boom. Boom. I whiffed the hit, but that's the combo. That's kind of cool. That is not the whip. Oh, no wonder. All right. Got it this time. I lied. Let's see. And then this, but he's too high up. We could do that and then try that. That could work. That could be an ender. Where would I fit that into the combo is the question. Oops. Yeah, this feels so slow compared to electric. Wait, am I doing that out of order? There it is. I do like that double jump. I feel like that's not the combo I did earlier. Cause at some point in the combo, I put that at the end of it. I'm gonna have to watch the footage back. Oh, wait. I know what it was. Not that. That's for certain. I think it's, I go up to the spin move in the string and then do that, then the, well, no, yeah, it's the spin move, the burst from the shield, double jump, this, I think. Oh, no. That was it. That was it. Too far away, though. Hmm. Could do that, throw the shield, double jump. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. I could be stuck labbing forever. Might have to. I need to start writing down these combos though. What do you plan to do with this when you finish? I'm going to be turning this into an original project. So I'm going to be using all of this for an original game. As far as what? Not 100% sure, but I've been experimenting with replacing some stuff because it's a lot of work. It's more than just swapping out the character model. Kind of wish I had the foresight back then to have it set up that way where I could just swap the character model out and be good, but it is what it is. Thanks for putting his ground punch move. Oh, I didn't even show those this stream. Rikoha. What would a prototype Zero chip look like? I'm not sure. Rikoha is biggest. Nah, that is Genmu. And those impact frames did not impact right. Matter of fact, let's fix that light. There we go. I need to finish those though. They're not complete because the camera just stops. The game isn't frozen. The animation just stops here. I have to have it reset the camera and all of that stuff. Give controls back to 0. You see, I can still like switch and all that. But whatever you do, I'm buying it. I appreciate it. What are those moves from? So OG Zero, like original Zero from the X series. He has Rikoha, where he punches the ground and beams pop up, like beams of energy pop up. Omega does Rikoha in the Zero games. He'll do it. His is a little different. Like, Rikoha is different depending on the game because there's two versions. There's the one where he punches the ground and the pillars pop up around him and spin. Then there's another one where they kind of, instead of spinning around him, they kind of just, since it's 2D, they kind of just one by one spread across the screen. The one Omega uses spins around him. Genmu Zero, I can't remember exactly which game that one came from, but it is one of his ultimate in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where he just does a big slash across the screen. But from the X games, Zero does that too. Just one big slash goes across the screen. I think one version of it, he does like 3 of them. Okay, probably why I didn't know them. I've never played the X series, but Jimmy is my favorite. I remember Mega doing that move, not to mention it. Yeah, a lot of this Zero's moveset for this project is inspired by Zero from the X series. But then again, a lot of stuff blends together. Like in the Zero series, the flaming uppercut isn't called Ryu Engine, it's called something else. And then even with that said, Zero from the X series still has like 2 versions of it where it's the same flaming uppercut, it's just called something different. The spin move, I think there's a bunch of versions for that. It's like Kuin-Bu, Kuin-Zan. I think one's just called Spinning Slash. But yeah, this Zero is like an amalgamation of all the Zeros at this point. But the X series is fun though. The Zero series obviously is my favorite just because hack and slash, but in the X series, the ones where you get to play as Zero are my favorites. Nothing against X, I like playing as X, it's fun, but is playing as Zero with the saber is just more fun. Oh, are those the blade colors on the right? Oh, I need to update that. Are you talking about like right here? Well, when I update the UI, I'm gonna have something somewhere, probably near the health bar, which they aren't gonna be like this. I'll probably go more streamlined, like more modern approach, and have just 2 horizontal bars. Or if I do 2 vertical bars, I won't do like the segments. I kind of just went with this because it's a Mega Man game, segmented health bar, but there was a little thing to the right on the Unity screen, and it said element 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this. Yeah. So I set up a way where if any VFX needed to have its color change based on Zero's element, it would look here. It would look for this specific script and grab the color. So this goes for the blade trail. The saber color is handled with the material, like its own material. But particles, blade trail, that slash effect during some of the attacks, they all look here. So if I ever decided to change those element colors or add new ones, I only have to do it in one spot instead of having to go to all those particle systems and all that stuff and change them manually. There was a little thing to, oh yeah, I already read that. Is the slash name either Rising Slash or Tenshozan? I think one of those is right. Yeah, I think so. Rising Slash sounds familiar. I think it is it. Can you real quick make one of them the color DDD618? Let's find out. I'll do the default one. So you'll be that one. And for fire, I'll do 9966 CC. Ooh, that is a nice little hue there. X is my fave of the series. Zero is the best. I really like Command Mission 2, but I never finished Command Mission. X gave him some opportunity with Axel. He should have been able to turn into the boss like an X-Man. Yeah. That actually would have been pretty dope in the X games. Alright. So yeah, the blade isn't going to change color because it's not tied. Like, it's a material that has the blade color and not that script. But everything else changes. The trail for this too. Wait. There we go. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, that has its own script. I forgot those are separate. It's not a bad yellow, right? I like it. It's almost golden. Want to know his name? What is it? Yellow trail looks pretty good on the tail, not gonna lie, right? Like, I actually don't mind it. It's that explains the gold, right? I think I had purple tied to this one. Ooh. That purple and red together. Purple orange. Tricked you into giving Zero a USA. All right, that like amethyst with the orange going on, that's kinda sick. It's kinda sick. Urine J. Oh no. See, now you have to leave the off-color trails. That purple is fire too. I see what you did there. I don't. Can you two-tone the burst? Yes, I can. It's not set to do it with code. I would have to do it manually, but it is doable. Yeah, that I do like that. Like that's cool. Now I got some more stuff to figure out. That's cool though. Bro, you are awesome. I know it takes time to make games and you are doing it alone. But if you're trying to start a team, this would be my dream job. I'm not super good, but I have so many ideas. Yeah, it's been a pretty fun project. As far as the team goes, right now, my bro and I, Trizzy, I don't know if he's still in here. We did start a studio with just the two of us right now. We do plan on reaching out to some people for an upcoming project, but I can't go into detail on it at the moment. Oh, homie, bro. Do you have a Discord? I haven't got a server set up for this project yet. I keep saying I need to get it set up. But I keep forgetting to do it. Make the win. All right, we'll try the win one, and then I gotta go ahead and call it. Oh, you finished it? Chacho's, how'd it turn out? Thank you for making a 0 game. Abigail, thank you for being in the stream. Appreciate the support. You said make the win 0006 double F. Let's just see what it looks like. I forget what I said about ice. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh man. I think I'm gonna have I think I'm gonna set up an option for alternate palettes. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to set up a second array of colors and a boolean to allow you to switch palettes. That's sick. That's a nice blue. Very busy, can't stay. There's no problem. Well, I appreciate you dropping by, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Yeah, it has a little white in there at the end of it. I feel like he'll cut me through the street with that sharp. That's sick. I do like that. Yeah, these alternate colors are kind of cool. Except that one. We know what the name of that one is. I think it changes. It should change not the segments of the whip, but the connecting part between all the segments. No. Oh no, that's handled by material too. Never mind. That's handled by material. And not a line renderer. Well, it is handled by a line renderer, but the color on the line renderer is handled by material. I feel like the contrast between the color of the blade and the trail is more visually appealing. I do feel like that's better as far as like visual appeal goes, because it makes it a little bit easier for your eyes to like tell like what's the blade and what's the VFX for it. Saying how much depth just adding that second color gives, right? I never asked, are you using X input for controller screen or is it all keyboard right now? It is what's it called? There was a asset way back when I first started this project, and it came with an input manager, um, that works with keyboard and controller. I haven't tested with a PlayStation controller, just the Xbox controller so far, but I do need to test it with a PlayStation controller. Did you look at the Unleashed Blade Warriors video yet? Not yet. Chacho, you say personally, I think it's one of my best. Ooh, I need to get the Discord set up so y'all can post your stuff, show off your work. But yeah, let me go ahead and wait. What was the because you did give a color for ice. I think it was oh, that's a heavy contrast from blue. You should look at the Castlevania Lords of Shadow series. I've been meaning to watch that. Get inspiration from the chain combos. Alright, I know the Belmonts be going out with the chain weapons. Whoa, that is deep. Pause. No diddy. That is a deep red. I like it. And there's also, you can see a little blue in the slash. It's a little blue in there. I like these contrasts though. The blood saber. It does look like Sekiro. The what's it called? The mortal blade. It's a color theory, baby, right? So fire would need a blue, yellow or green, and green would get yellow. I do like these. Oh, y'all need something. Maybe give ice an orange. Well, yeah, that would be the contrast to this cyanish color going on. No problem, Black Hollian. We're about to end it anyways. If you made a virtual ship, you could definitely give that saber 0066. Oh, that's gonna be a sharp blue. Is this just a cool fun project, or what do you see for the ultimate goal? So the ultimate goal for this project, as far as Zero goes, is to have something playable, right? Something. I'm not looking as far as story goes. I hit the microphone again. Like plot, like a long story, drawn out campaign, whatever. That's out of the scope of this. The goal for this is just gameplay. Like what if a Zero game was a 3D hack and slash. Now the ultimate goal outside of this well, outside of Zero, not this project, but outside of Zero, is to replace Zero at some point down the line with an original character and turn it into an original project. Because that's what it started as. It started as a project where I just practiced replicating mechanics from other games. And then it turned into a Zero project because it using Zero as the character for it kind of gave me a sense of direction as to what I wanted to try to do. So it turned into a Zero project, and the end goal, like I said, for that is just to be, I think I said 4 boss fights, 4 levels, like short levels that kind of showcase the movement mechanics, and then a boss fight at the end of those levels to showcase the combat mechanics. But I'm not planning on adding like a story mode to this or anything. It's just a vertical slice, an extended vertical slice at this point. Static Shock Virgil. That's inspiring. I really love the project. Great way to have fun while learning. Look sick. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's part of what keeps me motivated to work on this, is because it's Zero. I like Zero. Another bit is because I don't know if you hear when I mentioned it, but like in 2012-ish, I tried to make a 2D fan game for Mega Man Zero, and I didn't know enough about game design to really get that off the ground. So this is kind of like that coming full circle. And that's something I've been doing a lot lately, is going back to old projects and trying to finish what I started with those old projects. I mentioned I tried to get my whole reason for getting into, also let me do this. I mentioned that my whole reason for getting into game design initially was that I wanted to make portable games. So it started with me trying to make a game on my PSP. And I found out probably about a month or two ago, that the dev version of Unity for PS Vita exports was leaked a while back, like that whole kit. So I tried that out, and I took a fighting game I made in 2014 or 2015, a 2D fighting game that I made for phones, like mobile devices. I took that project and I've definitely been live too long, voice is cracking. I ported that over to the Vita, and there's a lot of optimization stuff that I didn't know about back then that the game struggled with, which made it not run perfectly on the Vita. But I achieved that goal of getting a game that I made run on a PlayStation portable device. So it was like tying up loose ends, essentially. I did not say Fitz, good call. I am terrible for that. There we go. Even before the color changes. So what I did, what I'm doing now actually, I'm going to grab the hex values for these and put them in a notepad real quick. And then I'm gonna, once I copy the hex codes for them, I'm just gonna revert them back to what they were and add a second array that will have these new colors, and then a boolean so you can switch between the two. Maybe like in the pause menu or something, I have an option for like alternate colors. Because I do like I really like the contrast on these. Like they really increase the visual appeal. All right, but yeah, I got the hex codes for all of them saved now. All right. Went way over, but it's all good. I always appreciate the good conversation and throwing ideas around with everybody. So it's time well spent. I need to look at exactly what we're going to tackle tomorrow, but 100% gonna go fix the aerial versions of those burst attacks. And then if we have enough time, working on some visuals for freezing the enemy and probably play around with build up for it. Dang, I came back as it was in there. I really gotta pick your brain more as another dev. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. The schedule that I'm trying to work on is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Didn't miss Monday because I wasn't feeling well, so I decided to go live today. Still going live tomorrow, and then after that I'll be back Friday. But yeah, I appreciate the conversations. Definitely helps helps me not get stuck working on certain things. But yeah, true. If anything, I can always hit you up on IG, brother. Oh yeah, yep, no problem, for sure. But that's gonna be it. I am hungry. So yeah, I appreciate everybody coming through. Appreciate the ideas. More importantly, I just appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate the conversation. Thanks again to who had sent the chat again. Jeremy, appreciate the super chat. As always, it's not required, but definitely appreciate it. But yeah, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I'll catch you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. Y'all be easy.